Assalamualaikum, selamat malam dan selamat kembali ke channel Deadpan. Jadi kita akan continue game. Dan sebelum kita start, aku nak ingatkan yang aku akan cut part yang tak penting, sebab aku tak nak buang masa. Dan juga aku respect masa korang, okay? Jadi untuk korang yang baru tengok video ni, jangan pelik lah kenapa ada cut-cut yang banyak. Tu semua part yang tak penting lah. Korang jangan risau, okay? Oh, hari tu kat sini Oh nice, ada flare. Aku pun actually dah lupa dah kan. Lama, lebih kurang dalam seminggu jugalah aku tak buka. So macam biasa, kalau korang nak baca, korang pause.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground.
Aku rasa macam depan ni akan lawan bos. Tapi tinggi betul. Ya tu lawan bos aku rasa ni. Bulldozer bhai. Ush. Dua kali langgar gone. Sekejap, aku banyak bazir ni tadi. Aku banyak bazir bom. Kita try one more. Alamak, terguna bom lah. Ya, aku cuba datang dekat. Actually easy je lawan dia sebenarnya. Cuma aku je terkejut. Besar betul bulldozernya. Cik, dah lepas belagak.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw. Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the dark presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
Boleh tukar kereta guys. Boleh habis minyak ke?
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big-shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
Aku dah start rasa yang musuh kita adalah Nightingale. Aku rasa dia lagi bahaya daripada nenek pakai baju hitam. Entahlah.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me, that's strange, because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there.
A fisherman has the fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then, there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
Macam biasa guys, kalau korang nak baca, korang pause. Okay?
For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd The bulldozer's engine roared to life. Mud and rocks flew as it fought for traction. It crashed. With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Wake,
Where the hell are you?
change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around
You
by you.
want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello? Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
Kena scan bye.
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Apa hal? Tiba-tiba je.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life.
Sejujurnya aku dah start rasa macam revolver ni tak membantu tu. Aku lagi prefer shotgun. tengok lah. Tak ke banyak hit aku nak kena tembak baru mati. Ya Allah, aku benda ni. Kalau lah aku boleh melee diorang ni kan, senang. Mana yang lagi satu tadi, mati dah ke? Wih, macam mana boleh keluar? Masya Allah. Aku ingatkan dah habis. Dah membazir satu.